Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a video on how to avoid common mistakes and problems in Super Mario Maker levels. This is a level that I created and uploaded recently called Princess Peach's 30th Anniversary, and at the beginning you have to get Lackey 2's Cloud, which I'm about to do here. Lackey 2 is not cooperating with me today. Alright, here we go. And so she needs to get this to access this upper area over here and get through a door to the next part of the level. But let's say the player just messed around. Let's say they screwed up like I just did. The cloud ran out and now she can't get up there. There is no way other than Lackey 2's cloud to get up there. What is the player going to do? They can restart, but I don't think they should have to, and that's why I put this pipe in here. You go down the pipe, you can get the coins, don't get the coins, whatever, but once you come back out, Lackey 2 is there once again, and you can go and get his cloud, and you can go up and go through the door. So that's tip number one. You can use pipes or doors to regenerate enemies if an enemy is needed to get through a level, like you have to kick a Koopa shell a certain way, you have to get a Lackey 2 cloud, things like that, or to regenerate a P block. You know, if they need to hit a P block to get through a certain area, you can always put a door or pipe nearby that will reset it, like that. Another part of this level that would have been easy for players to get stuck is right here. Oops, let's see here. Alright, so I go through here, I get this one up in this little sub area. But let's say I did an exploratory jump, just saw what was down there. Oops. Okay, let's do an exploratory jump, but don't accidentally hit Lackey 2. Alright. Alright, so now I'm in an area that's blocked off. This is actually between different parts of the level. This is not a part I meant for the player to get to. So, essentially they would be stuck here. Unless I put a pipe. And it'll take them to that sub area that they went through the first pipe and just come out and they're back in the first area, and they can just go through it again and they don't have to restart the level, because otherwise they would have had to restart, and that's just not good level design. A player, if they miss something or they jump the wrong way, shouldn't have to restart the level. And just keep in mind, if it's possible to jump in a certain direction, players are going to do it. So, for instance, like right here, like there's no reason for them to do this, but they're going to, trust me. So you need to make sure if you're blocking something off or don't want players to get someplace, it needs to be completely blocked off. Your blocks need to go all the way to the top of the stage, so there's no way they can get past it. So just tighten up your levels, make sure they can get whatever they need to get through there, and they don't have to restart or anything like that, or die intentionally. That's another way that could be done. But that's not the only way to do it. So another way is to put the item that you need them to get, or the enemy you need them to get, in a pipe. And I've done that a couple times here. One is the stilettos, and the other is the Princess Peach mushroom. Okay, well. Okay, well, it happens to the best of us. Alright, alright, there we go. Alright, but the main one I wanted to show right here is this P block. It's used to kill Bowser, at least in this particular run. But it's also used to unlock that door. And if they don't realize that in time, if the player misses that, they need another P block. And the best way to do that is just to put them in a pipe, and it'll just spit them out once they've used the P block. So that's a great way to solve that problem, and just double check, double proof your scenarios to make sure there's no way a player can get stuck. Believe me, you need to play your level assuming everything goes wrong, assuming that player's going to screw up every single thing. He's going to fall in every pit. He's going to hit every enemy. He's going to miss everything you put in there. You always have to double check for all that stuff, and have to compensate for it. So I'm going to upload or load another course to show you the rest of the tips I'm going to give you here. All right, so let's see. Need to play. All right. So this uses a semi-solid platform as a background, which is really wonderful. I highly recommend doing that. They look great. But there's the problem. This one goes all the way to the top of the stage. I just jumped over it, and now I am stuck. I am stuck between the beginning of the stage and this wall. I will have to restart the level if I'm the player. You don't want that to happen. So, a couple different solutions. One is you could just eliminate the wall. And then if they get up there, they just get back down. Another solution. You could just block off the ceiling. That way there's no chance of that happening. That's another solution. Last solution. You could just lower all this so there's no chance of them jumping up there. And that would get the job done as well. So that's one solution to that. That's a pretty common problem I found. This is another one. I don't know where to jump right here. I cannot see the next platform. I have no idea. I'm just going to make a guess. Oh, guess wrong. Not surprising. Okay, so I don't believe the player should have to guess. So you as a creator need to indicate to them where to jump. So to do that, you need to make the jump yourself. All right, that was a pretty good jump. All right, and then it will show you a stream of Marios where you have jumped. And the traditional solution to this is put coins. And that will indicate to the player where they should jump. These should look a little prettier, but you get the picture. Plus, it's fun collecting them. Whoop. Yeah, and I probably shouldn't have jumped that far over either. But that is one solution to that. Another solution, a little bit more cryptic, would be put an enemy down there. And that'll give the player a little bit of indication that there's ground there. If they see a Koopa, there must be ground. It's still kind of cryptic because they still don't know how big the ground is, but it's, you know, it's better than not knowing where it's at all. And last solution, if you want to keep it off the screen, is make a lot of ground. Apparently a whole lot. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see it. It created this thing I'm trying to grab. So if you create a bunch of ground, it will create these little background objects that you can just pull, and you can put them wherever you want to. And you can just put little background objects there to indicate that there is ground there, because if you see those little background objects, then you know that there must be ground there. So that's another solution. And finally, simplest thing is just make it tall enough for the player to see. That's what I usually do. I don't like to have hidden things. Yeah, like that. I had to guess where this next platform was. Should actually, one more solution I was going to show. You could also put arrows, and you might want to put it at the angle of the jump. You might just want to put it like, hey, you jump down here. If I eject someone out of a door, like let's say I put the door up here, I'll typically put an arrow to indicate where they should go. Because, yeah, I think the tendency is to drop straight down, but some players aren't. Some players are going to go, you know, either side. So I think it's always good to just err on the side of caution. Or in this case, you could also put something to kind of block their path to make sure that they hit it, like this. And that just guarantees that they're going to drop straight down. That's another solution. Oh, and one more thing here. All right, let's jump over here. And, oh, look, a thwomp killed me from out of nowhere. This is another common problem I'm running across in levels. A thwomp ambush. I don't have any time to move. It's just a thwomp that comes out of nowhere. I have no indication it's coming. It will kill me. I will have to start your level. And just remember where it was at. Me personally, I think that's bad game design. I feel like this is a game of skill. You should give me a chance to use that skill to avoid the death. If you're just going to kill me, it's not a game anymore. You're just not giving me a chance. So I would avoid thwomp ambushes like that, but I do like the idea of a thwomp coming out of nowhere and attacking you. So what I would do if I wanted that is I would probably do something like this. Make him big so he can break through some blocks. And, you know, put some blocks up here. It'll look pretty unsuspecting. Players shouldn't suspect anything. All right. And player jumps up there. And, ooh. Okay. Well, first of all, they would need someplace to go. So, make that a little wider. All right. That's the thing about a death trap. There has to be a way out of it. Oops. But you get the idea. The blocks will give them an extra few seconds, or an extra split second to get out of the way. If you're trying to be fair about it, I would suggest a couple blocks. That'll give them enough time to react. Oh! And see, you get that heart attack, you get that like, oh my god, it's coming at me out of nowhere, but you still get a chance to respond and actually live. And that's what a video game is all about to me. Is you should have the opportunity to use your skill to get past that obstacle and stay alive. And so those are my tips to avoid common problems that I'm encountering in a lot of levels. If this stuff is happening in your levels, don't feel so bad. It's happening in a lot of them. But just, you know, like I said, play test everything a whole lot. You know, I can't emphasize the play testing enough. And just, you know, keep in mind anything that is possible in a level a player is going to try. So, all right, well, this is part of a series of videos giving tips on course creation and getting stars in Super Mario Maker. So please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos in the series. All right. I'll see you guys next time.